tonight, we're bringing back Aged Inventory. We created this last year. Some people call it a monster. It's a friendly monster. And just like the trading desk, Aged Inventory has grown over the last year. Where are they? Coming out. Mike Marriott. Come on out, big boy. Steve Kamen. David Smith. Jack Cook. Carla Hall, get back up here. Tom Malarkey. Tom Graff. And Alan Opici.
I work in the corporate trading department in fixed income, and I am the lead singer in Aged Inventory.
Mortgage trading, structured products trading, trumpet and keyboards.
I'm a bond salesman in Atlanta and I play guitar.
I work at CSFB as a corporate bond salesman, and I play guitar, I play a little bit of piano, and I do some singing with the band.
I work at the fixed income department. I trade repo, and my instrument, the band is guitar.
I am in bank loan sales, and I am the bass player.
I am a money manager in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm the drummer for Aged Inventory.
I work in the global modeling and analytics group, and I sing backup for the band.
It's a pretty talented crew we have.
Blue light on the avenue, God knows they got to you. Empty glass, a lady sing, eyes swollen like a bee sting. Blind way, you lost your way, in the side streets and the alleyways. Like a star exploding in the night, running to the dimmest in the daylight. Angel in devil's shoes, salvation in the blues. You never look like an angel. Yeah, yeah, angel of Harlem.
We're a bunch of Wall Street hacks, and we're a bunch of rock and roll wannabes, you know.
It's not like we were sitting around one day and we said, let's make a band, you know. We were told to make a band, so we decided to throw a band together. Okay, you want a band? We can make a band.
Coming to our holiday party, Jerry Wood, who at the time co-ran Fixed Income, had heard, I think, through one of my diatribes that I played an instrument or two. He was looking to put together a talent show for our Fixed Income Christmas party, so he came to me and said if I could put a band together.
Mike put his feelers out to find out, okay, who can play what instrument, who's good, who's not, and basically based on that information, had people come together.
I'd heard David Smith played a pretty mean guitar.
David said he would only do it if Alan was the singer.
Heard Alan Opici could sing, could carry a tune a little.
They came to me and said that I was going to be the lead singer, which was news to me.
Wake me up when September ends.
Before this band came around, I was getting myself ready to start auditioning for bands again, to start playing. This was just perfect as far as my time constraints and really how serious I wanted to be about it with everything.
We got Kamen by sending Bloombergs out, basically, who plays the drums, and he responded.
I played still 2 or 3 of the songs that the band does on drums. But now we have a really good drummer, so that guy's, he's taken over.
Do this, and we end.
And by the way, I'm the only non-Credit Suisse employee that's in Aged Inventory, and I was asked to be the drummer in the band, and for that I'm quite honored and quite proud.
We got Jack in the band.
All of a sudden this guy comes over to me. I wasn't really sure who he was. He goes, "Are you Jack Cook? I hear you play guitar." And the rest is history.
Mike volunteered me for the band when he found out that I was going to perform on the talent show.
Carla, I need your help.
And here I am.
This guy's the best horn player in the city.
Horatio Hornblower. Hasn't ever seen a horn song he doesn't like.
A lot of the songs that Mike enjoys playing now in Aged Inventory are some of my favorite songs.
Marriott's almost like our manager in a way, and almost like the musical director.
We do the second verse. We go right into the guitar solo, and then we come in with the third verse.
Marriott is, he's one of a kind.
I can be insufferable in the face of getting rejected.
I mean, I got a big ego, but he's the biggest ego.
You know, he runs a sales group here. I mean, he's a salesman by trade.
And you guys have said that more times than not, people hear us and say we're the best band that's ever been practicing in the studios, right?
You know, especially if people are drinking a lot of beer. They say you guys are tops.
Thank you.
He knows how to get the point across.
I rule a peachy out.
Besides Mike being a very good horn player, he has very good musical sense as far as what works, what doesn't work.
Jason, come in when you're done singing, and then I'll come in after that. And then both of us will keep playing at the end, and then you guys just pull the plug.
You know, there are ideas that he has about what this group should be doing that not everybody agrees with.
You know, I've had a rule which has infuriated some members of the band, which is, you know, it's got to be a sing-along or a dance song.
But you know, when it comes down to it, he's usually right.
You know, let's face it, if you ask the other members of the band, you know, who the unequivocally the best musician in the band is, you know, let's see them pick up a trumpet and get any sound out of it.
Hey, I'm the friendly stranger in the black sedan. I want you to hop inside my car. I got peaches, candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest stop. I'm your vehicle, baby. Take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. And by now I'm sure you know that I love you, and I want you, and I need to got to have your child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Oh, you know I do.
Our lead guitar player, he's, you know, pretty solid and awesome.
David's really the lead guitarist.
Well, I'm from Nashville, and guitar players are a dime a dozen in Nashville, so I've been playing guitar since I was in 8th grade.
David Smith is a very strong guitarist. He's our lead guy.
David Smith contributes mayhem to our rehearsals. Also, it contributes to deterioration of our audio capabilities.
Because David's the bull in the china shop with the amplifier turned up.
And he's a lot of fun to be on stage with, a lot of fun to play with, a lot of musical energy, and a lot of sheer talent, and just a good guy.
When some people hear for the first time that Alan is the guy who's out in front of the band, you know, their reaction is, that guy? First of all, nobody knew he can sing.
I guess he sings in the shower all the time or something.
Dashboard drums, you know, singing in the car, things like that. And all of a sudden, I'm like, you know, doing 30 songs.
No, we really need to work on that song. I haven't sang it yet, buddy.
He's got great stage presence and I think a pretty good voice.
Alan is probably the most energetic in the group.
Fearless vocalist, he wishes he were Eddie Vedder.
And he's got probably 70% of the showmanship ability you need to lead a band, and 50% of the musical ability you need to be a singer.
But when there's 500 people and they're all screaming all of a sudden, you don't really worry about screwing up anymore.
And you put that together with his personality, and the thing just works.
Night is full of holes. Those bullets from the sky of ink with gold. They twinkle as a boy. They rock, they roll. They know that they can't dance. At least they know I can sell a beat. Asking for the check. Girl with crimson nails. Jesus round the neck. Sway into the music. Sway into the music. Oh, 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 oh. Hello, hello. Hold on. Need a police call back to go. It's everything I wish I didn't know. It's a you. Give me something I can feel.
But Kamen is really the guy who holds it all together. So I think we gotta give him credit, you know, for being the unsung hero of the band.
See, this is the part nobody really sees.
He plays a few different instruments.
I've always tried to just fill the gaps in the group.
He started off as the drummer, and he kind of made his way into keyboards, and now he's over in guitar.
He sort of the point person as far as getting the backup vocals set up.
And I've joked that I'm really the only instrument that he hasn't played, so I want him to play bass on one of the songs, so he's played every single instrument, because he sang lead vocals also.
You know, the fact that I get to sing a couple songs on my own, you know, that's great. I've always wanted to do that.
It's pretty remarkable how good he is at all these different instruments.
There's not a whole lot that Steve can't do.
Steve came and plays it all, knows it all, wonderful voice. Love playing with the guy.
By the way, I think he's a fantastic singer.
I mean, Running on Empty is a song that I've always wanted to do leading a band. You know, and these guys have given me the opportunity to do that. You know, and I love that.
Gotta do what you can just to keep your love alive. Try not to confuse it with what you do to survive. 69, I was 21, call the road my own. I know where that road turned out to the road I'm on. Running on empty, running on, running on, running into the sun, running behind.
Jack is the one the ladies all talk about.
Everybody has a different way that they want to do things, and I kind of just flow right along with it with everybody else.
Nothing bothers him.
He plays in bare feet, which is a problem for those of us who play near him, because I don't think he bathes all that regularly.
You know, he always gets this look on his face when we're about to play a song like he's never heard it before. You know, and I think he just does that to get to us.
And clearly he has definitely a Grateful Dead, Fish, Allman Brothers type influence, and you hear it in all of his solos.
He eats Wawa for breakfast on his eggs.
Jack's got interesting taste, is a good way to put it. You know, Jack definitely likes a lot of the kind of off-the-run stuff, I think.
I love the improvisational aspects of that music.
And it's good for us, I think, because it's very easy for guys who are serious all day long in a job to end up taking the music too seriously.
Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, oh, I'm coming home now, baby. Now Muscle shows he's got the swamp look. Maybe known to pick a song or two. Lord, they keep me off so much. They pick me up when I'm feeling blue. And now how about you? Sweet home Alabama, oh, where the skies are so blue.
Tom Malarkey is pretty much the glue of the group.
If no one else has practiced, I know Tom has practiced. I know he's ready, and he can tell you, no, you're wrong, no, that's not it.
The chords are A, give me a ticket, F sharp, F, I mean, A, now to D.
You know, I think that we could screw up every song there was if he wasn't playing the bass.
I just love playing music.
Malarkey is the best bass player I've ever played with, very easy to follow.
Not since Stanley Jordan have we seen a two-tapping bass player like Tom Malarkey.
Yeah, the guy is so consistent, and he just seems to know every song.
It's fun getting calluses back on my fingers.
I see your hair is burning. Fields are filled with fire. If they say I never loved you, you know they are a liar. Come on, driving round your freeway. Midnight alleys roll. Cops in bars and zombies
Is there any beer? Do you have any beer left?
And I think the combination of Tom Malarkey and Tom Graff, the bass player and the drummer, they've been super tight together. And you know, if they're on any given night, it's gonna hold the rest of the band together.
The rest of us do this because we love it. We do it because it's something we've always wanted to do. Tom is a drummer. You know, he's got a great sense of rhythm. He knows how to drive a song, how to lead a band.
This is what makes me the drummer that I am.
Tom is, I mean, he's a great guy. He's fun to work with.
You rock, man, you rock.
He's not a First Boston employee. He's a customer.
I started out playing snare drum when I was just 7 years old.
I don't even look at the guys that I play with as, you know, members of CSFB or not. They're just band members to me.
We love what we're doing as a group enough to leave the client salesperson relationship at the door when we get to the studio or when we get on stage.
So this is our passion. If we didn't have our day jobs, this is our dream job. So, you know.
Carla is probably the one real musician in the band.
She writes, performs her own songs. She's got her own publication company.
We don't utilize Carla enough, and she's probably the most talented musician in the band.
In fact, if she ever does make it big, hopefully she'll let us open for her.
Hanging with the guys, they're just a great bunch of guys.
I kind of think she thinks she's helping us out, and she is. Like, I think maybe this is her form of charity.
You know, it's funny that she's with us. You know, I mean, here she is cutting a disc and whatever, and she's got this voice that's ridiculously good, and it's kind of, and she sings background for us for the most part. I mean, she does a couple of songs, but it really is funny that she's even singing with us, and like happy about it.
It's just kind of good to be on the inside.
You know, the fact that we have her, you know, makes us very lucky.
And we go to ultrasound rehearsal space. There are these rooms where they're loaded with drum kit, PA systems, microphones, amplifiers, and you pay by the hour. You plug in and off you go.
I don't care how much I gotta spend. I can't find my way back home again. Oh, all the days are gone. I'm coming home. Oh, my baby, she rolled me up.
Everyone was sort of selected and then thrown into a room together and then said, okay, you know, practice, play. And that's been an interesting experience.
One word to describe the rehearsal process would be chaos.
I think it's 3. Is it 4?
I never do 2 without that.
Well, let's do 2 because that's what the rest of the song is. Okay.
Just go in the room and bang it out and yell at each other and turn it up to 11.
Everybody from the top, let's get the tempo right here.
There have been some definitely interesting times.
Oh, we f***ed up the transitions, you know, it was really sloppy. You know, we basically are 6 or 7 guys who all think that we're in charge.
Lots of hassle and argument.
I also think we were a little too slow, personally. I think it's a little slow. I think it is.
Listen to the iPod, dude.
Any of the little tiffs that the guys have is a reflection of the passion that they have for their music.
Came in a little early, I think.
A little late.
There's people who are certainly opinionated.
So it feels a little empty right now.
There's always some pretty good arguments.
You never, ever stop playing.
Yeah, no, that's the deal. Guys. Steve!
I wouldn't say that there's any infuriating parts, not for me.
No, it certainly wasn't the time that they hired Tom Graff and kicked me off the drums.
I love everything that we do. I just have a good time.
It wasn't the time that they took the 3 or 4 songs that I wanted to sing and threw them out of the show.
As long as no one takes it too seriously, we have lots of fun.
Somebody's going to get booted out of the band eventually. It's either going to be me or it's going to be me.
It's a wacky crew, which is fun.
That was f***ing great. Sorry.
You know how behind the music segments always have that part where like the minor chords come in and, you know, there's been a bus accident or someone's in drug rehab. I don't think anyone's gone into drug rehab recently, but we certainly have our own opinions about music.
Well, okay, what other songs should we practice?
We kind of relied on all the songs that we all grew up learning as part of like high school rock bands.
Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number. 8675309. I got it. I got your number on the wall. I got it, for a good time
Now we've got a lead guitarist who is into Southern rock. We've got a lead singer who all he wants to do is sing Pearl Jam. We've got a rhythm guitarist who all he wants to do is play Grateful Dead. And the frustrating thing is, I think, coming up with an appropriate set list that, you know, is acceptable to every member of the band, but actually has any sort of cohesion to it. And I'm not sure we're there yet.
For every one new song Aged Inventory will play live at a gig, we've probably worked on 5 or 6 other songs.
I think we're doing more things that we think the audience wants to hear, and less of really just what we purely want to play.
You know, no more of these songs we've had where, you know, people just sit and listen. You know, I'm kind of sick of playing for crowds that just sit and listen.
Okay, this is the audience participation part of the evening. You'll be graded on this.
You know, so it gets to be frustrating. So sometimes, you know, people don't want to play certain songs.
I don't always identify with all the music Alan likes to sing, and I think it's because, you know, I'm not a big Pearl Jam fan, and not a big Nirvana fan.
This is music, you know. You want to play what you want to play. You know, Marriott, he'll do 15 horn songs if we let him. You know, I mean, I want to sing, you know, I'd love to sing Bruce for the whole show or whatever, because I think I can. You know, make my life easier than trying to hit notes by the, you know, Counting Crows and whoever else.
Believe in me, 'cause I don't believe in anything. And I wanna be someone to believe, yeah. Mr. Jones and Mac, look into the barrier. There we stare at the beautiful woman. She's perfect for you. Well, there's got to be somebody for me. I wanna be Bob Dylan. Mr. Jones wishes he was someone just like him up funky, but everybody loves him. Awesome, just about as funky as you can be.
People thought we were going to be horrible.
I'm ready.
But just from the first day of these guys playing in that first practice and kind of like just jumping right in, I was like, they know what they're doing.
I don't know that part at all.
I've played in some pretty good bands over the years, but this, in terms of, you know, some of the stuff we're able to do, ranks right up there.
Mike, do you need for me to count this out for you?
Like, I mean, I can honestly say that I was nervous for about 5 seconds until I started singing, and for some reason people liked it.
The verse or chorus?
No, he f***ed up. He sang it like a chorus, but it was a verse.
Okay, this could work.
It was just something, you know, we thought would be fun. We'd do it once. It would be awful, but we'd have a good time doing it.
And the charity thing comes up, and like, you know, we wind up raising money for, you know, various different charities and a lot of money.
But is it a charity called the Songs of Love Foundation?
People we work with all have plenty of money, so we just have to help them with good causes to spend it on.
We wrote them a nice check. They raise money for kids that are terminally ill, which is obviously a great organization.
or we're not fooling ourselves in thinking that we're doing enough or we're doing as much as we can, but we're doing something as opposed to doing nothing.
We have with us David Lee Roth.
That's not a bad reason to get together.
You know, to do something that's so much fun on stage, I think has been totally rewarding.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've loved hearing how music sounds when you make it yourself. And the fact that I can do it now on a scale this large kind of fulfills a dream for me.
It's been a blast for me to be involved in this and to be able to cruise around with these guys.
I mean, how often do you get to go to work and you work all day and then you get to go perform with the same people that you work with? How many people can say that? Probably not many.
Every day when I come in, you see the different people that you work with on the elevator, and then I'll see one of the guys I play with, and I'll light up a little bit. You know, I have a certain different bond with them than the other guys that I work with, for sure.
We've become very close friends as a band, and that's been a very rewarding part about the band.
It's a great feeling, you know, because for the most part, we walk around the office like, yapping about bonds and all day. That just, what does that really mean at the end of the day in life? Is that really a talent?
You're working hard at something, and it's something you enjoy, and you have something to show for it, which is nice.
To have the ability to have a day job and to perform and kind of get that out of your system.
It's a big release, and I think it's, whether you play sports or golf or do other things, I think it's pretty important to keep yourself busy doing stuff outside of work.
I know I want to keep playing. I think everybody wants to keep playing. Until somebody tells us to stop, I don't think we want to.
And as long as we continue to have fun, we'll still do it.
If I stop, this is my opinion. Am I going to join another band at some point? I doubt it. I doubt there's going to be another opportunity like this to do this again, so why not keep it going?
It's just been a great opportunity to merge two important things in my life.
If this were 20 years ago, I think we all convinced ourselves, we're ready to go on tour.
I'm not sure where things will go. That's why I always throw it out. I always say, play every gig like it's your last, and just have fun in the moment.
And everybody had a good time. That's the main thing. Everybody had a good time. That's all that matters,
A bad day on stage is better than a good day in the office. But I'm really not supposed to say something like that.
Turn that thing off.
What's up?
What are we doing here?
Now, what is this? The post-interview?
What's it called? The unedited one or the
unedited one and the edited one. That's what they call it. It's pretty clever how that works.
We're live, right? Are we on? We're live?
Should I say something to you?
Not right now. Can you maybe leave me alone?
And what do you say?
I don't know.
What?
Yes, my name is Bemis Comfy.
Jam it.
Boy, you're sweaty.
Of course I'm sweating. What do you expect?
And now I'm going to put my shoes on.
Shake it out. Okay.
No, come closer. Why do they have to bring it so close?
God, that's a tough question. I mean, I know you're asking, but just to answer that question, ask again.
They're all Italian except for this Irish guy.
If I could sing and play guitar and play bass, I'd be the whole f***ing band.
But you know what I always say? What do I always say? I always say. But you know what I always say? I always say.
Time to go.
I think that wasn't our last show. I think you'll see us again.
Don't use that.